Friendly Geordie's exclusive podcast for patron donors only. So if you're watching this and you aren't a Patreon subscriber...
I fucked up in that case, because, they shouldn't be getting it. In which case, start paying up some dollars, stop ripping society out, and, yeah, this is it.
Props to them, though, because they are
geniuses.
A really cheap Napster.
Yeah, cheap Napster, but, respect, because, you somehow managed to con the system.
Yeah, kudos to you. I think that you deserve nothing but praise. Ali is of a different opinion, I suppose, because he gets the lion's share of the profits. But somebody who doesn't really have a set of skin on the game. You're a smart guy. You're a Christopher Case.
It's an endangered lion. The lion is starving.
Okay. Now that you've framed yourself as a zoo animal, I guess, in Afghanistan.
Yeah, the snow leopard.
Which is you. You're barely alive.
Yeah.
In an environment that is not aimed at you.
Yeah, let alone prey. There's no grass here. Even if I was a herbivore, I'm still fucked.
Well, the antelopes don't like cement.
Yeah,
no Afghanistan zookeepers.
Yeah, can you please start killing Taliban insurgents?
Hey, I hate that how they always... that story upset me so much more than the entire Afghanistan war. Of which to this day I have zero sympathy for, because I just hear over and over again that Afghani people, they're basically the Amazonian women of the real world. They just really like wars.
Yeah, it's their shtick. They wouldn't know what else to do.
Yeah.
But you want to hear an uplifting
story?
It's so
true. It's just like how Italians like pasta.
It's exactly like that.
Thank you very much for clarifying that, world expert Ali.
No, but here's the thing. There's good things coming out of that part too.
What?
Well, talking about lions, snow leopards that are in these particular kinds of snow leopards, which are in the tribal areas of Afghanistan and Pakistan. They were seriously endangered. Guess what? Their population is growing.
I wasn't expecting that as well. Guess what? They're extinct.
No, their population is growing. They're actually, because, and thanks to WWF, not the Triple H one, but the I Like Pandas one.
Oh, right, I forgot. They had to change their name because WWF was saying, are you seriously going to muscle in on this?
Yeah, so they changed it. So Vince McMahon is a nice guy. Who knew? Good on him. With the locals, because the thing was, David Attenborough went to the mountains of Pakistan to look for these snow leopards, and the thing is, these snow leopards, one snow leopard's territory is about 200 k's.
Wow,
yeah, it's insane.
They're like the early settlers of New South Wales. How Captain Phillip would just go, "You're a free man now. How much land do you want?" 100,000 hectares? Are you sure? You sure you don't want 300,000?
Yeah, so Parramatta belongs to you now. So David Attenborough couldn't find snow leopards, so he was like, what do we do? And then some of the locals were like, we know where those guys are. Because, the thing is, a lot of times, the problem with endangered species is not necessarily the locals. It's the fucking city folks that are going out there hunting or cutting off trees for property. People that live in these areas kind of respect the animals around them because they've grown up around them. Their generations have. So WWF, with the help of locals in the mountains, have helped increase the population to now where it's almost not an endangered species in that particular region anymore.
Oh, that's so feel good.
Feel good.
That's a really nice story. And I think it's the perfect segue into why Brumbies are responsible for the extinction of 27 Australian species. What do you reckon? Oh, now you're moving my microphone for reasons that aren't about me, probing deeply into your sexual life, Ollie. And I don't approve of that at all.
You're most welcome into it. Literally 5 minutes ago, Jordan was like, so what's the Tinder scene like, eh?
Oh, that's all I'm interested in.
Man, it's actually kind of depressing.
All I like hearing is Ali busting a nut into some random chick that he barely knows the name of.
That is not true.
That I'm interested in more? You don't know what I'm interested in.
No, I know that you're interested in more, but I don't have those stories of I met her once. Dude, I've never had a one night stand. It always ends up being we're in a relationship now.
Something about you doesn't scream one night stands, and I'm pretty sure it's the fact that you, despite being an Australian citizen, don't have an American baseball cap.
Yeah. Don't do caps. Me and Michael Jordan not into caps.
That's pretty much. I'm sure that is what women look at to see whether or not they're one night stand material or long term relationship boyfriend. Oh, it doesn't follow the Knicks. Yeah, that's a keeper.
Oh, you know what? Okay, here's the thing. This is the perfect thing that I want to. So this is what one of my exes have said, and it's she's like, okay, I'm going to give you some really critical advice.
What?
She's like, you don't know how to just fuck.
What does that mean?
It means, she was saying, like, when you're with a girl, you give off this impression that you're, like, in love with them, when you might not. Because this is when, like, I broke up with her. She was just, like, thinking that because I was saying, like, I'm, like, you're taking this relationship at a very fast pace that I'm not too keen on. And she was, like, eventually she was, like, when everything was cool, we're friends now. So she was just saying, like, you need to learn how to just fuck. So can you teach me how to, like, give off the impression that I'm just...
You're asking the wrong guy, because I'm in exactly the same boat.
Please help me.
But I think...
I don't know if I want that. That's a very dirty feeling, too. So maybe it's for the best.
I'm pretty sure that the two-step process to that is, 1, buy a leather jacket.
Okay, I'm pretty
2,
close.
be an alcoholic. That's the guys that I always see. Soleil is just people that are like, I can't even remember having sex last night.
But I don't do that. I don't do, like, lots of alcohol. I would just have, like, a couple of beers and then, like, I can't.
Stoners are long-term boyfriends. Stoners are long-term everything.
Stoners are...
Because they're the ends of humanity. They take a very long time to say anything. So purely just by... You're committed to a long-term relationship going on a date with them because you will be there for 7 months.
Yeah, and also, like, okay, one question.
What?
I know you're the worst person for this.
Yeah.
But when you're with someone who you particularly don't want to be with for a really long period of time...
Right.
Do you, like, not make them feel special? Isn't that, like, aren't you supposed to woo women by default?
Yeah, no, I ran on the same program as you, but I think it's because we learned all of our socializing skills not from an older brother, but I think we must have just watched The Little Mermaid heaps.
So we're like,
because you just get into that frame of you gotta treat them right, but
yeah, you got. Yeah. But
they want one-night stands as well, but they want it with a guy that is into one-night stands as opposed to someone who obfuscates what their intentions are from the beginning of going, oh, yep, flowers, yeah, that's all I'm interested in. So I think
like,
that's
I
the
would
deal.
do shit like that. I'm like...
Yeah. Well, you've got no one to blame but yourself, Ali.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to help you. You're just, I'm sorry. I am a doctor talking to a cancer patient here. There's nothing I can do.
Yeah, like, I quote, if you want women just to have sex with you, you don't bring them flowers and book places in the mountains. You just tell them that they look kind of alright and you fuck them and get out of there.
Damn. Can't argue with any of that.
No, but here's the problem. How do you manage to get someone to fuck you by just saying you gotta look alright? You try doing that, as if chicks would be like, yeah, alright, I'll fuck you.
Nah, it's... You have to be one of those guys that you can see it with watching Love Island, which is great because it's an experiment into sociology.
Yeah, that show wanted more marketing. Thanks for that.
It needed it too.
Yeah, it's
not enough people know what Channel Go is. It is different to Channel 9, slightly. They play Charlie's Angels sometimes.
Good movie, good idea.
Oh yeah, I mean nobody's denying that.
Drew Barrymore, you're still a piece.
And Lucy Liu, who, even though I have yellow fever, no thanks.
Really? I thought she was, like, supposed to be the hottest Asian in The Bees.
Yeah, but people seem to miss out on the glaringly obvious fact. I would have thought that she's extremely cockeyed. It's kind of gross.
What does that mean? I don't know.
Cockeyed.
Should I know what that means?
Yes.
Okay, what is it?
I suppose you didn't grow up in Queensland, did you?
Yeah, no. I was
I was just checking,
Rockhampton.
Ali. And the question, someone who's cockeyed is me. Your eyes are wonky.
Oh.
So that's my 2 cents on Charlie's Angels. Now, moving on for this exclusive podcast for Patreon subscribers, we have this, just for
Yeah, so that's it.
white noise.
White noise.
So you can get to sleep easier. Get what you pay for. Your is... I'll move on to the Brumbies, which is what I'm talking about with the
No,
twin
in fact,
sex
you should
species.
probably preface that by the idea that you were thinking of, and ask them if they want it or not.
Do you want me, because it's your money, to read out rudimentary scripts that aren't exactly, well, English yet? To you.
In the mind of Jordan Shanks before a video releases. You don't want to be there, but like if you want it, whatever.
Yeah. Do you want to see the Mr. Megorium Wonder Emporium behind the scenes tour of something that is going to be nowhere near as good as having a bunch of sound effects in the background and special effects? Do you want that? Do you want me to read out scripts like I'm Stephen Fry?
Yeah.
Do you want that?
But
On
you
an
know
audio
what?
format for your long trips, that should get you from Coober Pedy to Sydney, an 8-minute script.
But I think you guys should want that because
Yeah, you should.
it is actually like a really enlightening thing if you're like planning on writing or doing anything with your life, because it takes like you'll understand the amount of freaking the editing that's required.
It's not easy.
It's not easy, and you'll understand like how a joke is made. But you've got to fucking pay up for it, you know. Just saying.
No, I couldn't have put it better myself, Ali. Frankly, because I couldn't care whether or not I read the script out. It seems like you're more invested in the idea than I am.
And also, like, it's there, so it's easy content. And, you know, working hates on it anyways.
Well, I'll give you the long and the short of it this week. But I've been looking into the Nationals in New South Wales show. This affects everyone. Banning.
All 2 of you sitting in rural WA.
Oh, I can't imagine the people that are in rural Australia that listen to this podcast.
Yeah, what the hell? Are you...
Because pretty much all we talk about is, you just go to a pub, right? And then, like, you just don't care. And then you get pushy. But they don't have clubs.
But none of us
What's
get
the closest
pussy.
thing that they have to that? A paddock.
And also, none of us get pussy. Like, we're the
I'm
worst
pretty sure I'm in
pickup
a long-term
artists.
relationship. I'm pretty sure the last time I had sex was 2 years ago.
And even though I'm not, I'm still shit at it. Dude, like, we're the worst people for pickup. Like, we can't even lie.
We impart so much advice about it.
And that's what annoys the listeners, dude. Like, you guys don't know shit.
Does it?
Yeah, especially women. A lot of women are they're saying you don't know shit. You just
About
keep
picking up.
or understanding, because like we go deep into women's
but
psychology
what we
too,
understand.
like experts. So a woman's
Yeah, but we're the
basically
first
thinking.
to admit that. Nonetheless, we will
Yeah,
continue
we will
talking
continue.
about it because we know it annoys you, just like horoscopes do. And in fact, this is what the Patreon exclusive podcast will be. Just like the original, just like the actual one is 70% sex talk. This will be 70% about why Virgos are the best partner.
That is not true. Aries are, and everyone knows that.
No, they don't. See, this is where there's fervent debate, behind the scenes fights that you're only going to be privy to on this podcast, I guess. In fact, I feel like punching Ali in the head right now for having a different opinion on something that is like less based in reality than fantasy football.
Why are Virgo the best, dude? Like for some reason, all of the women that I've been with have been Aries, and not like on purpose. It just happened.
Because they like your intellect. It ignites them.
Oh, I am very smart.
But it's true, though. Like, fire goes with air. I've said it a million times before. But I do think that the best star sign is Virgo. Because they have serial killers in them and they thin out the population.
Oh, you know who's a Virgo? Beatrice, who appeared on this pod.
Yeah, that's right. She does have a very earthly vibe to her.
Maybe. Oh fuck, you're in a relationship. That sucks. You could have gone for it. Too bad.
God.
Cunt. That's
It really is the worst advice. If you weren't in a long-term relationship, guess what? You could fuck other chicks.
Tell me that sounds like a bad thing.
I can't. God, I'm
what
glad my
happens.
girlfriend's... There's no way that my girlfriend donates.
No, there's
She is
no way.
not a fan.
But
and
like,
I don't know why.
a tragedy of life. But hey, I'm not in a relationship because I'm commitment phobic. I think. I don't know. Either way.
Oh, no.
Brumbies, what the fuck?
Yeah, we've run out of film. Well, you get what you pay for.
But seriously,
Yeah.
run out of film.
Yeah, there's none.